So it's a shame that, because food's good, it's usually pretty good. Usually don't have any problems here. YouTube is causing interference from my device on purpose. I can see it. So right at the start of the stream, we're having interference from the scammers on this platform. So the bit rate's not reaching the amount that it's intended to reach, so that way it messes with our view count and trending. So again, right at the start of the stream, we're just going to document this, and we're going to document that I have plenty of service here. There we go. Full service, documenting that. There we go. Right at the start of the stream. Just going to go ahead and document that right at the start. We're going to keep documenting here. That the bit rate hasn't even reached the amount that it's supposed to reach. It's just shifting around all over the place maliciously, as it always is from the stalker that's been on this platform doing this to my channel and me for many years. And that bit rate is maliciously shifting around right at the start of the stream to affect our trending. So again, I'm going to go ahead and just continue documenting that, you know, we have full service and that bit rate is maliciously shifting around. And that there is one concurrent in here too, sitting in here, just sitting in the stream. And, you know, that bit rate's been maliciously shifting around since the very start of the stream. So we're documenting this, all of it. That it has never reached the bit rate that it is supposed to reach. Has never reached that bit rate. Not once, and we have continued documenting that. Now, this is a scam being caused for me. This is what I've been talking to you about on my device, where they're sitting here causing disruption for the apps that I use. Again, with the constant connection that they always have. Again, I sent several text messages earlier while not having my mobile data connected. Just never having my mobile data connected, I was able to send several text messages earlier, as I can every single day. So again, right at the start of the stream, we're having all this interference from the scammer slash stalker that's been doing this all over this platform. For the specific purpose of causing this, you know, problem for my trending right at the start of the stream. So when a drink isn't dark enough, it really is a shame. And it really is a shame that as soon as I would go to start talking about what I'm saying, which is what happened on a previous stream that you were watching, where we sat here and we did this stream, and there was just huge sections of it missing. We're going to document all this. We're going to continue documenting that we have plenty of service. And it really is a shame. It really is a shame that, again, like I said, I don't normally have problems at this one, but an employee should easily be able to tell that ain't dark enough for Coke. It really is a shame that they're so bad recognizing if that's dark, that looks like iced tea color, man. The fact that you can't recognize that that's soda water when you hand this to me, and that's that's what I was getting ready to say, is it's really a shame that again, I don't normally have problems with this one. The food's good, but they hand me this, and I look at it right away, and I can tell right away it's soda water, tastes like shit, and the employee can't tell. They do this all day, every day, and they can't tell. But I can tell the moment they hand it to me. That's a shame. And it doesn't taste very good at all. It tastes pretty awful. So, like I said, the food is good, as it usually is at this place, but it's a shame that their employee is so bad that they have no idea that they've handed out an entire large drink of soda water. Now, this interference with the bitrate, this is what YouTube is doing. They are helping foreign nations spy on individuals. We're just going to keep documenting. So YouTube is helping foreign nations spy on U.S. citizens, spy on individuals. YouTube is doing that. And they've been using your phones, your devices and stuff to do it. And that's why this is happening, is because I was driving. They didn't know I was going to get on stream. So, I was driving here. I was doing all this stuff. I was listening to music, whatever. And they were spying on that. So that's why all this is going on. And they tried to stop it, but that's the point. You see how they just load up the shit with all this malicious data. And, the point is that they're just sitting here doing that behind the scenes. So the moment I get on the stream, there's all these problems. And then now you see how those concurrents cycle down to 1 and 2. How there were a bunch before. There's a ton. It's to affect that, obviously. And you see it do that. Where more people wouldn't find out about the things I'm saying and warning you about. And it's the same thing they've been doing for years, where they abruptly disconnected the stream when I was warning you about Donnie Dickhead. I kept disrupting the stream when I was warning you even before the election about everything that piece of shit was going to do. They were doing it then too, abruptly disconnecting the stream, abruptly ending the stream. And again, in spots where we could confirm that we had plenty of cell phone coverage. Just like now, where it's completely full coverage, yet you're just moving that bitrate around maliciously all over the place. And a lot of the time, the whole point is to get a reaction so that way people watching and stuff like that will rationalize instead of paying attention to all of it. They'll get bits and pieces. So that's basically the gist of what's going on in this country. Donald Trump's a dumb fuck. Doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. You can't even go to a restaurant anymore and have them give you soda that's soda. And you can't stream video games without somebody sitting here fucking with your, trying to literally break the video game that you're playing. Like, literally, like, none of it. And again, I want to remind you that Donnie piece of fucking shit trash dickhead is in charge. That stupid asshole is the one in charge. So just want to remind you of how bad it actually is. And that stupid motherfucking asshole is in charge. Just want to remind you of that. Tastes like shit. This tastes like shit. Show you some screenshots. And we're going to show you full signal with maliciously low bitrate. That's what we're going to show you. We're going to show you what YouTube is doing. Because they're trying to get the Dems, I guess, or whatever, whoever, to not find out about me, because they might find out about my tactics and stuff like that, and finally be smart with campaigning for once. Yep. Because I'm actually Trump. Yep. I actually say, would do, and stand for the things he claims to stand for. Very clearly. Would actually back that up, and he doesn't. And he can't. Because he's too much of a fucking wuss. So I actually would. Because he can. So again, this is the reality, and this is why they're actually doing what they're doing. And you know, that's the point for on, you know, the that would work with it. Yeah, like, that's the point. That's what they're afraid of. Well, because they're the ones doing illegal things like this, like sitting in here and fucking with my streams. It's incredibly illegal. So that's what's really going on. Basically, like, Donald Trump's administration is just harassing a lot of people and doing illegal things because Donald Trump can't be held accountable, except all the other people that are doing it for him can. So what he doesn't, like, what people are starting to realize is that if they do these things, they're going to be held accountable, yet he's not. So, like, it's just this, like, never-ending thing of people, like, realizing how terrible he is and stuff like that, and not realizing it until it's too late. Like, it's pretty sad when the President of the United States gets Triple H to stand next. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And it's pretty bad when the president of the United States is such a fucking wuss, such a piece of shit, that he has to sit here and try to control what people say, and actually, instead of actually doing something. He literally has to sit here and try to stop people from saying bad, instead of actually just doing something worth doing. Kind of like how he wants this trilateral meeting. Like, we all know that this whole Russia war thing for him was always about him being friends with Putin and shit. Even Putin knows that. It tastes like shit, man. It is horrible. It's a struggle. I would have drank like probably most of it by now if it wasn't just like crap. You know what's a shame? The fact that Donald Trump let the Ukraine-Russia war happen. Like, the fact that even happened. That's a shame. That's a shame. There was Democratic leadership before that used to do just fine with negotiations on that side of the world and foreign trade and everything. And again, the bit rate is maliciously shifting around, so we're just going to continue documenting this and showing you just how malicious this bit rate is shifting around. We're just going to keep showing it to you. I will show just how disgusting YouTube is. We'll show you screenshots. We'll show you just how disgusting YouTube is. Oh yeah, we will show you. We got plenty. We got plenty of screenshots to show you. Yep. So the reality is that while I'm using my mobile device, these people are sitting here using my connection to do things because they're bad at what they do. That's what's happening. The Trump administration is literally so fucking trash at what they do that they don't know what they're like the FBI and all them, because they were breached and they're getting fucked with. They're using your phone, your connection, your this and your that to mask what they're doing, and then you're getting attacked. That's what's happening. And the Trump administration knows that they're doing it, and again, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to keep documenting how fucking disgusting and trash YouTube really is. This is all YouTube. They do this to get people to quit the platform. So, of course, they're going to sit here and they're going to work with different people. And they have a terrorist agenda. We've already talked about that. YouTube has a terrorist agenda. We've discussed this. There we go. So you see, like, the point is, I'm sure it gets real clear as I start saying things like that. So you see, like, the point is, it's very clear that they're censoring at various times and then promoting it as I say crazy stuff. And this is what they've always done. Like, the more conspiracy theory and stuff like that, that's what they're trying to promote and stuff. They're trying to get everybody to think everything I've been saying is like all conspiracy and stuff like that, so that way you don't think the stuff about the views isn't actually happening. No, YouTube lies. It's all made up. The views, it's all a lie. It's all decided. It's all made up. And this is what they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that they're lying about the views. They really can't keep track of them anymore. They've lost count. That's it. And the view counts are wrong. And they don't care. And meanwhile, they're making shitloads of money off of it, too. That's what's really going on. And so they just decide based on an algorithmic analytics what they think you're supposed to get. And trust me, it's wrong. It's very wrong. And it cancels plenty of people. And this is what really is going on. And I'm just going to continue documenting that bit rate maliciously shifting low regardless of my full service, my full 5G service. So, we've also talked about how the local police in this area have been using AI tools and things that they should not be using too. Have been, instead of enforcing the roads, have been sitting, jerking off to YouTube and stuff, and all that on the clock instead of going out and enforcing the roads. And they know I didn't upload something. That's what they're doing here. They're sitting here and they're trying to like download it. You see how it's like getting glitchy and stuff? They're sitting here, that's the police, that's them. They're sitting here and they're trying to like download it through, because I didn't upload it. So they're trying to download it. So that's what's really going on here. And you know, like the actual like the thing that makes more sense, right? And so like that's and you see how malicious it gets, like it's not even smooth anymore. So, like, the point is, they want to know where I am. Because they know that I'll do that. So, basically, you see how it's fine? Like, it's literally, that's what happens to the stream. Like, it causes that when they're sitting here trying to download things from my phone. So, that's what they're doing. They're using the stream to download things from my phone illegally. And it is illegal. They can't do that. So they're just like sitting here downloading things while you're streaming illegally. And you see how like it's all stuttery. Now watch. See? Totally fine. So that's how you know, again, it's causing that issue because they're fucking up my device. It fucks up my phone. And so like that's the point. Like if this destroyed my devices, oh yeah, like the local police departments are gonna get shut down like big time. They're gonna get shut down and shit for years then. And it's getting very malicious right now, so I'm gonna see that? See, that's fine. So the point is to try to like cause the device like to heat up and stuff like that. They're actually doing it on purpose. But they are trying to download things from my phone and stuff like that. So yeah, like that's the point. They know they've been spying on me illegally, and I recorded a reckless driver the other day and haven't uploaded it yet. So that's why they're doing this. And they're sitting there like probably trying to like get the footage and download it, and they're spying on me. That's how they know I have it. That's the point. Doing illegally spying and stuff. So again, like, this is just like to mess with the stream. So again, I'll show you that it's not actually happening. See how it's all smooth? It's totally fine. So you know, again, it's just made up, just like the numbers are, just like this trash coke is. So, you know, the police are jealous babies that started making content too on YouTube, instead of doing the job that they signed up for. So that's the point. That's what this is all about. So they just harass people that they wish they could, you know what I mean? Like, they get jealous that people, like, of people's girlfriends and stuff, so they try to split them up. Like, if somebody has an attractive girlfriend, watch out, because don't show that to a police officer. They'll sit there and they'll try to split you up. This is literally everything I've seen. And they'll lie, they'll do things to convince that person. They'll just make shit up. Sort of like they do on like court documents and stuff like that. So anyway, we're going to continue documenting that this is happening. And again, that's what's really happening. It's the different police departments that, again, instead of doing real policing, they're sitting here spying on people. Because the point is, people are too busy trying to deport people that are legally allowed to be here and shit like that. And being MAGA Karens to actually do their jobs. But yeah, that's what happened. There was a reckless driver who literally, like, we're in a line of cars, and this fucking douchebag in his giant fucking truck, all triggered and pissed off, passed several cars behind me, and then was behind me swerving around all over the place, trying to get me to drive faster, which wouldn't have mattered because, again, we're in bumper-to-bumper traffic. And this fucking retard in his gigantic black Dodge Ram is swerving around behind me, acting fucking retarded. And he's all fucking triggered and mad because I'm going the speed limit, and there's like a break in the cars between me and the car in front of me. But then again, there's another line of cars. Like, it's just bumper to bumper. He ain't gonna go very far. And he's all triggered and mad. I'm going the speed limit. What do you want me to do? And he's doing this in front of a school and everything. There's a fucking school there. We're driving in front of a school. This fucking faggot is doing this. And by the way, we don't call gay people faggots. We call stupid motherfuckers faggots. That's what... We're not calling... It's not nice to call gay people faggots. Like, gay people are nice. Like, just generally speaking. Why would you just generally hate on gay... No, that's not what we're doing. Faggots is an insult. That's an insult. We're using that as an insult. That's an insult. Some jackass somewhere labeled gay people as faggots, and it stuck, unfortunately. And that's not what we're doing here. We're using that to determine that this guy was a faggot for swerving around all over the place and being so fucking triggered in his dumb ass stupid black Dodge Ram, swerving around all over the place. It really does taste like shit, man. Maybe I'm gonna get another drink before I... maybe I'll get one in here. Like, seriously though, that guy was incredibly triggered, and then he just, as soon as I had to turn off to do what I was gonna do, like, it's like you can't call them anymore because you have to be hands-free, right? So how am I supposed to call the police on somebody now that, like, okay, I guess if it's always connected to Bluetooth, and the person that I talked to isn't a complete fucking asshole at the police station, sure, I guess I'll call the police. But other than that, last time I called the state police, the dispatch lady was literally a complete fucking asshole. So I really don't think I'm gonna be calling, calling them too much, and so, and it's all hands free now. So, the whole point is you got to pick up your phone and make sure you're dialing the right number and yada, yada, yada. Like with hands, like, I'll call 911 for somebody recklessly driving. I mean, I don't know about that. I passed a couple of people. I don't know about 911. You call the cops. So, yeah, like, it's just, it's stupid. Got music in here, but yeah, I mean, like, the point is that, like, yeah, I don't know why I'm grabbing this. I'm coming in here for, like, thanks. It really is just incredibly stupid because, the point is I need to be able to feel like I can contact them, but then we're making these laws where if I would contact them, they're going to use something to cite me because I contacted them on my phone. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be a little bit ridiculous. Are you on your phone when you're talking to us? Are your hands free? Are you pulling over? And it's like, okay. Are you out patrolling the roads like you should every fucking day, or am I getting some raging lunatic behind me every single fucking day? Yeah, like that's how I feel. Like, you're gonna fucking say that stupid shit to me, I'm gonna say some stupid shit back to you. Like, that's just how I feel about that. So yeah, that's what all this is about. And then you can clearly hear that, like, it's not breaking up. It's totally fine now. Imagine that. Okay, so I had to shift that off because, we had some loud music. I'll be honest with you, like, some of these employees that have jobs don't really seem all that thrilled to have the job. There are those who would be happy to take their position. Trust me, there are plenty that would be happy to take their position and do it much better with a smile on their face. Oh, this guy can't park. Now, no lie, the whole time I'm there, I'm like just like getting a couple of things here, and I'm like about to leave. The lady that's like watching the self-checkout, she's just like leaning on the fucking thing. She just has her arms up. She's just leaning on the thing. She's not even doing anything. And she's just like glaring at everybody. Like she doesn't want to be there. Like no lie, like she has like this like wide-eyed look like she doesn't want to be there. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, way to make me not feel welcome in this store. Like, and that's a pretty common thing with the people that stand at the self-checkout, I've found. Where, like, it's almost like they don't want to do it for some reason. You get what I'm saying? And that's fine, but, like, that's not my problem. So they need to deal with that if they have, like, a toxic work environment or whatever. Or like, something like that. I don't know what's going on, but it's not the first time I've seen that where somebody just really looked like they did not want to be there, not want to be doing that job, and then says nothing to me as I walk past and leave. Literally just completely ignores me and continues with leaning with both arms up on top of this thing. Like you're sort of there to go to work to lean on something. I really don't get that. I don't understand. And, it's not like everybody's like that. Like you'll walk around the store and there's plenty of employees that are nice and attentive and stuff like that. But then just that last person out the door, that's not good, man. And then, like I said, like, for the most part, this place I go and get food, like, normally it's pretty good, but like I said, like, it does kind of ruin it a little bit when there is a normal standard and then, like, one person sort of is not really with it, not really, like, understanding how to, and I'll be honest with you, like, when I ordered my food, she kind of acted a little weird too, and it was the same. I could tell it was the same person because she was like taking orders and stuff too as she was handing me the food. So it was definitely the same person. I mean, you could tell in the voice and everything too. And like as I pulled up to the window, she was like yelling "Hi, hi!" as I pulled up. Like I wasn't even at the window yet, and it was like it sounded just like that. And she had the drink ready, the drink that isn't, very good at all. And so I have to wonder, is she paying attention or is she just trying to go through the motions? So, like, I feel like that's most people. Like, they don't pay attention at work. They just sort of go through the motions. And that's unfortunate. Because that's a good portion of your life. Like, at least attempt to enjoy what you're doing. And that's where I have to ask if there's like a toxic work environment. It's like, I've definitely can speak about firsthand accounts about that. That's for damn sure. And I completely understand feeling that way if you have a toxic work environment. But if not, then again, there's plenty of other people that would love to do that job, and you got to pick yourself up. Because that's messed up. That's a pretty regular thing that I see too, where there's other employees that work really hard when I go to that store. They're working their ass off and they're always engaged and they're nice and friendly. And then I just see the customer service side of things where they're not. They're nasty. And they don't care to be there. They're rude. And that's really weird that's that ass backwards, that the customer service side of things. Like, I'll have an application into that place for months. They'll call me, and then like, literally, I'll call back. I'll actually call back, and they never answer the phone. They just don't answer the phone. How the fuck am I supposed to call you if you don't fucking answer the fucking phone? You're a store, and you don't answer the phone. I call all these numbers, and nobody picks up. It just rings out. And then goes, I'm sorry. All of our employees are unavailable. It's like, no fucking shit. Why are you unavailable? So, and then like you talk about how, like, aside from that, even wholly aside from that, from a customer standpoint, you then talk about how, throughout this, like a customer, what if a customer wanted to call? Like, I am technically a customer. You get what I'm saying? So, like, what if I wanted to call as a customer and you're just not answering the fucking phone? And this has been a pretty consistent thing with that store. You've got some fucking problems. You got some real rudimentary fucking problems. And not only that, but you like sit here and you have employees that don't do their jobs. Why would somebody sit here and renew their application literally 3 months in a row for you to have never even... there's little things in there that like little automated things that say it's gone to the next process, and it never does, basically indicating somebody saw the name and ignored it, or whatever they're doing, where they're not reviewing applications properly. They have little feelings about people and stuff. Maybe people that have complained before or something about legitimate things. Maybe something kind of like that, where it's a customer service person or something like that. Complain. It was a little stewy there. But anyway, I mean, the point is, you can't do that. You need employees that would actually recognize a good employee in a customer. Maybe they need that, and all they have is these bad employees that are bringing the business down and shit like that, and they need more people thinking like that, thinking like the fact that well, if there's if the phone just constantly rings out and there's nobody answering it, that's a problem, man. And that's always been an issue for as long as I can remember. Like, literally as long as I can remember, that has always been an issue with that particular store. And we're going on about 2 decades now where I can remember going to that store, about 2 full decades of a store existing in my lifetime that we're talking about. And you have that much of a fucking problem with again, me calling the number and the phone just ringing out. Yeah, you have a fucking problem. You have a problem. So, it really is a shame that there's so many people like this working for these companies that don't appreciate their jobs, man. And then the company just does poorly because then they can't recognize the person that's there pointing those things out, because the customer service person that's really bad is going to take credit for doing that thing right when the employee is the one that pointed it out that was wrong. They're just going to constantly take credit for that shit. That's always what happens. You suggest something, you do something, that employee takes credit. I'll bet I have all these suggestions for things they should sell and stuff like that and carry in their store, and I constantly see it show up after suggesting it on a stream and stuff like that. You have no idea how many times that's happened, where I can very clearly tell people from the store are watching the streams and stuff like that. I can very, very clearly tell. Where it's like, oh wow, that's a thing. Oh wow, okay, people like that. Oh wow, that's a good idea. We should steal that idea for our advertising and our marketing. While meanwhile, just never acknowledging this person's application that they've submitted for fucking months at a time. Wow, imagine that. And then we call them when they submit their application on Indeed. But then conveniently, when they submit their application through the actual system, then we ignore them, and then suddenly we don't even move their application on, like, just three months at a time. We'll just completely fucking ignore their application. Wow. Yeah, that business definitely makes smart decisions. I believe that. I believe that. That's when you need to recognize that something is fundamentally, systemically wrong at that operation, at that place of business. You know, just like where I can go through a drive-through and I can get the same order wrong 3 times in a row. Something is fundamentally wrong there. If that happens over and over, that is the same, that even 3 times, something's wrong. This has been going on for 2 fucking decades, where I literally can't fucking call this business, and the goddamn fucking phone rings out. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you absolutely fucking, are you joking? What a joke. Yeah, what a joke. And, the whole point is that I often wonder how people even get jobs when that happens. You know, it's like, do they sit there and, like, just hire their friends that they know? That's probably what's happening. They're hiring people they know instead of people that they should that are actually applying. That's what's happening. I can almost guarantee it. Meanwhile, there's this stack of applications, plenty of qualified people. They're just hiring people right off fucking Facebook. Yeah, they're gonna sit here and watch your channel, and if they don't like what you're saying, oh man. Yeah, it's that. That's literally what it is. And I called this out for another streamer too. Another streamer thanked me for that and appreciated the fact that I did that for them, because I told them privately what I knew it was for them. And they agreed. They said, yeah, that's what it was. It was that. They agreed. Now, obviously, it's the sort of thing where, like, lately, we've got an issue where, obviously we've gone our separate ways, but that, you can still recognize when we were both separately right about some things. And, it doesn't matter, it doesn't change the outcome of what happened and what we came to the conclusion of. And, the whole point is that, yeah, that was happening for that person too, as it happens for other streamers, where these people, don't recognize somebody anymore as a person. They just watch their streams or watch whatever, become jealous or hateful or whatever, and don't want to look at that person like a person, and like anybody else that they should be looking, how they should be looking at it if that person would apply or something like that. They are not doing that properly. Just like, again, anybody would be looked at on an application. You should absolutely not do that to people, and that's disgusting. It really is, because what it means is that you judge people and deduce people not based on their merit, not based on what they can produce, but just because you just don't like them, so they just won't look at your application, won't even review it, doesn't even go to the review space. And don't worry, we're documenting that too, documenting all kinds of things where people just conveniently are all around the stuff going on YouTube and stuff like that are acting a certain way. We're documenting every last bit of it, every last ounce of everybody also suddenly acting differently. Where it's very clear YouTube intentionally did some things. There are very corrupt police stations in this area, though. Let me tell you what. The amount of times that I see these, if you want to use that term, officers, I use that term loosely to describe them. The amount of times I've seen these officers engaged in not work activities and engage and also just not seeing them, just no visible presence whatsoever. Just the sheer amount that happens. And I'm not talking about near my house. I'm not talking about like near places, like where it's more rural and stuff like that, where I don't expect to see like patrols. Like nobody expects to see patrols through like residential area. Like I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying literally, again, when I'm being fucking tailgated every single day, and there's reckless driving every single day with these assholes in giant trucks, and it's literally just off-duty police doing it. Like, it's obvious that's happening. Like, when that's happening, like, every fucking day, and I don't see an ounce evidence of police anywhere, police presence, and then there's all this traffic. I'm in the middle of Lancaster City. Well, not the city, but like the built up area. Rockville area. Like right in the middle of Lancaster, and there's all this traffic, and this jackass just has to illegally pass some people, and now he sees he's being recorded, so now he stops doing it. He probably would have passed me, caused an accident maybe, gone down the middle of the road, in that lane that's in the middle of 30, business 30, and just sat there and passed those lines of cars and stuff like that, like he was doing, before realizing he was being recorded. And so he started backing off more. Like, you could literally, it was so obvious. Like, the moment that he realized he was being recorded, it was so obvious when he realized it. He started backing off. So again, what are we doing? Why are we in our giant Dodge Ram trucks, swerving around all over the place, almost causing accidents, driving recklessly, illegally passing? Why are we doing this? How are we getting away with this every single day? How do those people get away with that every single day? And where are the police officer the entire time I was driving? Cool stuff. Cool stuff. You know why they do it, right? You know why, right? I'm just going to let you know. I'm just going to tell you right now. They're stupid. Like, yes, it's a stupid thing, but it's a psychological thing too. They actually know that they're doing it and they shouldn't be. And they sit there and they try to figure out, they psychologically size up the vehicles. They think, I'm not making this up. Like, this is the psychological thing they do. I've recognized it already. And I know why it happens more to me than other people. People are like, well, why? You know, if you did the statistics, I'll bet this would be the case. And I'm going to tell you why. It happens to me because I drive an SUV. They size up the vehicle, they look at it, they think I'm driving slower, I'm some woke soccer mom or something like that, and I'm in their way. It's an SUV, it's not a giant truck, I don't have a Trump sticker, I'm not them. You know, I'm like the opposite, basically, is what they size up about me. So they start swerving around all over the place, and yeah, it's literally a behavioral issue. If I were also in a big giant truck and I had like a hitch on it and like I had like a big rebel flag or something like that, and I was blaring like Sweet Home Alabama or something like that, like if all that was happening, they'd probably slow down and be like, yeah, and immediately like laugh or something like that and think it's funny. And immediately they would like stop being angry, and but nope, they have to see that I'm going the speed limit or reasonable speed and want to mind my speed in traffic, and so they're irritated by this America, and they gotta, you know, they gotta force their way through traffic and America, you know. So that's it. That's all. It's literally all it is, man. We're going to talk about some things. Not on here. We got stuff to do. Well, I have stuff to do. We can restart the stream if you want. I was going to clean. We can do it now on this stream, or we can restart the stream if you want. But I do need to clean. So, like I said, I can... Like I said, I can restart the stream, or I can just clean on here. I gotta clean. Clean. We gotta clean. We gotta do some cleaning, some laundry and shit. Laundry and shit. Some laundry and shit. Fabuloso. Fabuloso. Pretty good stuff. Oh, man. Oh, there we go. My face. It's dark in here. It shouldn't be this dark. There we go. Now it's not so dark. Now it's not so dark. So they still have my phone fucked up, by the way, just so that you know. Like, my phone is still fucked up. So, like, the front camera isn't flipped, but it is. It's not flipped, but it is. So, like, as you can see, alright, so, like, for example, this says Elden Ring. Like, you can read that, right? So that says Elden Ring. But I'm moving my hand to the left. This is left. That's right. Yeah, you guys see it the other way. So it's inverted. It's not backwards, it's inverted. Isn't that messed up? I think it's messed up. Because again, it's very obvious, like, the whole thing is busted now. And I can't do anything about that. That's on, like, my real camera, too. That's not just the app, that's my actual camera that does that. So again, it's not inverted, as you can see. It says Merino up there. But this is left. I'm moving my hand to the left. That's the left. Yet you guys see it as the right. It's not. Again, it's inverted. So it's the left. The left. If I look to my left, that's this. The way the rest of the room is over there. But you guys see it the other way around. So again, that's inverted. That's not supposed to be like that. And that's what they did to break. Again, this was a new device. This is a brand new phone. We didn't get it that long ago. That's what they did to it right after getting it. And also announcing on stream that we had a new phone, because it worked just fine. But if we announce on stream that we have a new phone, instantly 16 concurrents are in the stream, and then after that stream, again, the device never worked the same ever since. It's just had all these problems, and again, that's because I started using it for streaming on YouTube. So again, that's the issue. The issue is YouTube breaks your devices. And again, that's the point. The camera worked just fine when I got it. Phone worked just fine. Now there's all these problems, and it's still a pretty new device, but they just sit here and they break it all. So it's pretty interesting. And it's pretty interesting to consider who might do something like that. So let me see something here. Yep, there it is. Yep, it's still it's definitely still there. That's funny. Should I upload it? That guy's a douchebag. Maybe we'll just react to it. Maybe I won't upload like the raw, maybe we'll just react to it. Yeah, because I've just learned that, well, that's, like I said, that's why they were doing the bitrate and shifting it around, because again, I've just learned that I have to drive around with the thing already ready, you know? Otherwise, that shit's gonna happen. And that fly trap isn't very good, because they should have been gone by now. I need to get a better one. I have a better one. I can get a better one. And then they'll be gone much faster. That's it. That is annoying though. That I think it's just like 2 or 3 still lingering. Yeah, you see the one that was buzzing around. It's because I have it's because of the screen. But yeah, they should pretty much all be gone here pretty soon. It's the sort of thing where I move my phone around and I have to think about how I move it. Because I move it a certain way and it moves it away from it, you know what I mean? So you can tell that they're doing that on purpose so that, you know, they think that like there's like something in the background that I can't see, you know, show or something like that. I don't know why they think that. It's more like, you're actually really fucking stupid if you think it's for any other reason except not showing a messy room. Like, you're actually really fucking dumb. If you sit here and you go through all that stupid shit, you break shit, and you do all that just because you can't recognize somebody not wanting to show, like, a messy something or something like you're actually gonna do that. You're actually gonna break that and go to that link. That's pretty fucking sad. You're a pretty disgusting individual. It's pretty fucking sad. And you know that's what it is too. Cause you know it's for that. You know it's so that I like whoops, you know, like, or something like that. And they'll be like, you know, like some laundry or something piled up. Oh, big man, you got me. That's ridiculous. But you know, meanwhile, I'm on here cleaning in front of you the whole time. If that's not what it is, why is there instantly 4 concurrents and they're just sitting in here, just sitting here? Because I piqued their interest? Yes. Yes. Yep. And so that's where you have to rationalize and recognize them reacting to the things I say and do. Yes. Yes. So, like, this is how fucking stupid this whole thing is. This is how ridiculous this whole thing is. This is literally a bunch of fucking triggered cops not doing their jobs. So they're sitting here just fucking with my shit endlessly, and there's nothing. Just nothing. Because that's the point. They're not doing their jobs. They're just endlessly fucking with somebody. I mean, you literally saw it. And now they take one of them away to try to, like, make it seem... You know what I mean? Like you didn't see all of those just come in here all at the same time. Hilarious. And then they're still sitting in here, just sitting in here. That's funny. Bunch of triggered assholes. Look, guys, there's some shoes up on my dresser. Oh man. Yeah. Darn. I forgot about that. Darn. Oh wait, that's where they go. Yep. Oh wait, that's where they go. There's a lot of clutter around here. Darn. Darn. Oh wait, that's right. Somebody's always trying to has to keep all of his belongings in one room. Oh, that's right. So therefore, you don't want to show a bunch of fucking clutter. Oh, that suddenly makes sense, doesn't it? Let's break his shit because we're a bunch of fucking retards, dumbasses. You're fucking stupid. And then meanwhile, I sit here and I show you on camera that I'm redoing everything, finally, like, moving some furniture, like, other rooms and stuff. Like, I can finally actually do that. And you're just sitting, meanwhile, you're just completely oblivious, and, like, to how obvious this is, and how very clearly transparent this whole thing is, how I'm trying to be. And then meanwhile, you're still just being fucking so dumb that you show up and like, again, it's just trending now. 5. Went from 3 to 5. And this is the most stable I've seen the fucking connection the whole time. And now we're trending. Okay. Yep. I believe you. I believe it's not all facade. Totally. Yep, you've fooled me. Totally. Meanwhile, I'm fully aware and can run every outcome through my head of why you would sit here and break something like that. So, like, you're actually really dumb to just sit here and just break random shit. Because all I'm going to do is sit here and document and show it. Because that's what I am doing. Just breaking thing after thing after thing. But yeah. Pretty sad. Pretty sad when bunch of retards that are trigger MAGA Karens. Triggered MAGA Karens. You know, about the fact that I don't like a certain Donald fucking piece of shit dickhead. So they're a bunch of triggered assholes. And they're also the ones that know that they're driving erratically off the clock. They're in their giant trucks, tailgating people. They know they're looking at those traffic lights too. The police around here control the traffic lights, and they know they've been fucking around with people. Specifically me. They know they're doing it. And this is how serious this is. Where you have people doing jobs that are supposed to be first responders, supposed to be responding to emergencies, and they're harassing people because they're a bunch of fucking MAGA Karens. Literally, that's it. They're literally just harassing citizens instead of first responding. Yeah, they didn't want to do that job. They just wanted a badge and a gun and an excuse to fuck around with people. That's what a lot of this that's what I've seen a lot lately. And I see a lot of, again, if I see a cop, I see a lot of questionable, like, is he really supposed to be doing that? You know, where it's more like, why don't I see him sitting somewhere and pulling somebody over or responding to a call? Why is he doing that? You know, why is it that when we had a huge thunderstorm, I had to personally drive around the area and pick up all the fucking trees that fell in the road? Why did I have to do that? I'll wait. Because I didn't even ask. You know, that's why I didn't upload again. I had a first part to that. You noticed I uploaded the second part? Yeah, maybe I'll cut up the first part of the part where I helped some people. Because, like, that's... Like, I'm not sitting here trying to record me looking all nice and doing good and stuff. No, you don't record that stuff. You just do it. That's the point. You don't ask for a fucking cookie. You just go after it. Your cookie is that you get to help people. That's the cookie. Not the, oh, he's a hero. That's not the cookie, man. It's not what it is. The piece of cake, the cookie, the thing at the end of that is that you get to help people. That's the reward. And that's what, like, I see nobody doing. I see nobody acting like that. I see everybody in this country acting like douchebags. Specifically ones in giant trucks that buy them for that purpose because it's intimidating. What the fuck else do you use that truck for? Other than guzzling gas and destroying the environment. Other than that, what do you use it for? Oh, right. Intimidating people when you drive down the road. Right, because you know that if you did that shit in a little dinky car, it wouldn't cause people to drive faster. You know it. You know it. So you get a big ass truck because then they actually do it. They know it. They know what they're doing. That's why they have a gun. That's why they have anything. You know, that's what they're making up for. That's why people say that too, by the way. Because anybody else can see that. Except you. And meanwhile, half of these fucking people are cops. And you just see it. Plain as day. Guy's an asshole. Right up in front. I remember, again, the very last time... I don't get pulled over very often. I really don't. But the very last time I did... he handled the situation well, but I think he was prepared not to. And then he backpedaled. Which I'm glad that he did. Because not many cops would. They would let it fester and they would let it get to him. That's fine. You can backpedal, you can take it back, you can change your tone at any point in time and be, I don't know, a man? Or whatever you want to call yourself. But the point is, you'll be a person, a human at the end of the day. And you get to call yourself that. Because you backpedaled, you admitted you were in the wrong. And that's the point. You get out of that car, slam that car door, and aggressively approach the car in front of you. You're an asshole. You are displaying physical aggression. The person in that car sees you in the mirror do that, they are 10 times more likely to step on that gas pedal. And just start taking off. And then you are the one that's supposed to de-escalate situations. Yet half of you are getting out of your car, all disgruntled, pissed off, slamming the door, walking up there all aggressively, making people nervous. And then you sit here and you can't rationalize the psychological impact that's going to have on a person in that particular situation. Yeah. So, again, not all of them are going to do that. Most of them probably are a lot. I shouldn't say most. It seems about 50-50 from what I've seen lately. Where you're going to have half that do this and half that do that. And it's a shame that it's gotten to that point. We need to fight back. Good needs to win. Where you need to be a human at the end of the day and realize you're there to respond to that situation and deal with that individual in the most humane way possible. You are not there to harm somebody, escalate a situation, even a criminal. It's not your job. It's not. Not even a little bit. You are there specifically to enforce law. That's it. A law is believed to have been broken. You are called to that. You have reasonable suspicion that a law has been broken. You clock somebody speeding. You're pulling them over. Whatever it may be. You have absolutely zero authority to display your feelings in the matter. To be emotionally compromised as you step out of that vehicle, as you hold that gun up, and you scream at that individual with your spit coming out of your mouth and your veins popping out and your eyes full of rage. I've seen it a million times. It's disgusting. And all that is an angry soldier with PTSD really wants to pull that trigger. That's all that is. That's unfortunate. And if you can't understand the psychological impact that something that you're projecting onto somebody else, you shouldn't do that job. You don't have any business doing that job. Go be a guard somewhere. That's fine. Because most of the time you ain't getting a real pistol or something. You can't go, oops. You know, and then the point is that these guys are entrusted with immense power to go and bend these laws and go around these laws with the thought that they are to reasonably use that power to protect you and serve you, not be aggressive, not feel a type of way about it. Simply do that job. It's a shame that it's like 50-50 now, where that's what we see. And then we call for demilitarizing police and stuff like that, and people see this as some sort of agenda and label it as like a woke thing. And now this suddenly becomes something very cringe in your mind hearing that word. Just because, again, everybody has always labeled this word as cringe. They've used it as cringe. It's brainwashing. It has an effect where now anything labeled as woke by anybody, you will now immediately dismiss that as something you should not do. You should not care about. Therefore it's woke. And I'm here to tell you that that is your emotional response. You're the emotional one. You're the woke one. You're trying to not change because all these people are emotional, have accepted their emotions, are in touch with them, have the balls to admit it. They are. And they're telling you, no, you have to evolve and change. Otherwise we all die. And all you're doing is gun swinging, beer swinging till the end. Yeah, gun slinging, beer slinging till the end with your giant trucks and your guns and your liberties and stuff like that you call liberal people for having. Meanwhile, you don't understand the word. And you're so unintelligent and emotional, you don't get these things. You just label people incorrectly. You don't even know how to use the word. And the point is, those are the smart people in touch with their emotions. And they all live in California with regulations and things that help protect them because they know that these things protect them because they've had them for a long time. So, like, they just come from somewhere where they understand the way things work versus where you don't. The rest of the country's falling the fuck apart. California tried to separate themselves from the country how many times? Which is a legal process they are allowed to do. Technically, a state is allowed to do that. It just takes a long time. And so, like, just like, I can't believe that anybody can't follow the rational logic that they themselves are labeling these things like woke and stuff like that as a way to not deal with it, to not accept their emotions about it. They're the emotional one. Something's woke? Oh, okay, what does that mean? No, like, deal with it. Like a female lead in a movie or video game, and you don't want to play it or watch it because that's woke. No, it's just more, like, the whole point is more people are now accepting the fact that for X amount of time, female leads, females in general, were not getting parts, and if they were getting parts, they were getting them for unsavory reasons, and then they weren't even getting fucking paid the same as all the men were. So yeah, you want to sit here and you want to be a fucking jackass about the fact that you don't understand and aren't educated enough to know that that's what happened with the writer's strike, and that's what happened in Hollywood and in general with culture, generally speaking, that women have been suppressed in culture and in life, generally speaking, by men to fill some role. No. And the whole point is you don't get this. You don't get that that's what they were saying this whole time. And so therefore, now you see more women, people changing and adapting and evolving, but you, uneducated, who chooses not to see it, just dismisses it as woke, and thus not understanding why everybody hates you and dismisses you as the dumb emotional one that isn't accepting the fact that they're literally just trying to make amends for all the stupid shit where they haven't allowed women lead parts for X amount of time, and we're trying to make up for that. We're trying to see a new generation of men that's more accepting of that, more accepting of other people, and that sexual orientation shouldn't have anything to fucking do with it. And that's not woke. It's literally just true. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole point, is like, we've literally just recognized this, and the emotional assholes that exist in the world haven't. And they just label it as woke. You know, something easily dismissive. So they can brainwash people into thinking, oh, well, just dismiss it. No, wouldn't it just be easier to just be like, okay, yeah, maybe I'll watch that sometime, and then just never watch it? Wouldn't that be easier? Why couldn't you just do that? Why couldn't you just take the nice route? Like, yeah, meanwhile, you might have your own personal reasons in here. Maybe it's a female lead, whatever the fuck you want to have in your head that's fucked up. I don't care. But you don't say that. You say something nice. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't shit on the thing that doesn't deserve to be shit on just because you didn't want to watch it for some stupid, actually woke reason. Because that's what's stupid. And don't label your cause woke. That's the problem. The problem is people labeled this cause as like evolutionary understandings as like being woke and stuff. Stop that. You don't get it. It's the same thing that happened with the peace symbol. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that happened with this. Especially when fucking Nixon had the audacity to do that, leaving office during one of the biggest scandals in history during wartime. Jackass. So yeah, it took some shit out of it. But the whole point is that that's why that was so famous, by the way, the picture of him, the peace sign. Can't believe he did. Like, that was why people were like, did he really just do that just now? So the whole point is that you label it as woke, it's a thing. And people are going to call it a thing, and they're going to use it, and it's this big thing, and it's a hateful thing. It's the same thing people did with religion. Oh, Lutheran, Methodist, Catholic, no. Nope. Nah. Wrong. Religion. Christianity. One thing. One. That's it. Don't subdivide it. Don't. And again, with this, even with this thing where it's just something that people need to accept. Oh, you just need to accept that women are, and people of any color are more accepting now. Like we're past that. You don't label it as oh well we're awake, we're woken. No, don't do that. Stop. Nope. No. No. Wrong. It's change. That's it. It's just evolutionary. It's literally the same. The only thing keeping us alive is change, adapt, understanding how to move to the future. Even Asmongold's own words, that which doesn't adapt and evolve, that which doesn't adapt and change and evolve, dies. Yes. Yes. So stop sitting here not adapting to that. You don't have to like it. Accept it. That's okay. You don't have, nobody wants you to like it. Nobody's forcing you to like it. Just accept it. That's all. And by accepting it, that means not bullying it. You know that, right? That means you don't accept it. So don't bully it, like, publicly. You can have those feelings, but keep those shit to yourself. It's the same thing with racism, man. People don't get that. The moment that a reporter starts asking questions about how does it feel to be the first black person to do this, or or something like that, where they're kind of like looking at you like, and like you don't get it. As the reporter, you don't get it. Why was that a bad question? It's a bad question because why wouldn't you ask them the same fucking question you ask a white person? You had to ask him about just something. Oh, how does it feel to be a black person? Why? Why didn't you ask me the same question you would ask that white guy that you just asked a question to? Why did you ask me that question? Why talk about that? Because you were thinking about that? So that's where, like, they have a hard time. It's not necessarily racist, but it's hard for them to tell because everybody does that stupid shit. So stop doing it! And then maybe people will stop thinking everybody's so fucking racist. Like, you need to understand these basic things about, like people. Accept that that's just the way people are. They don't want to sit there and have a million questions about their skin color, or personal... Like, talk about the thing they're trying to promote, or their, like the channel, the thing they're working on, the thing that their brain did. It's just like the people that kept coming in my chat to bully me all those times, who just kept blocking, who just kept talking about how I looked tired and stuff like that, even though I wasn't. They're obviously trying to pick on the fact that I mentioned something about, like, raccoon eyes and stuff like that. Ray William Johnson has raccoon eyes. Like, people have, like, this is a common thing. That people just have these, it just happens. Normally people just wear makeup, okay? Okay, I don't do that. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. I'm not going to sit here and put makeup on just because, no. But, that's the point. And, like, you need to rationalize that just is what it is. You're just sitting there making fun of something fastidial. Funny stuff, I guess. I don't know. I personally would think it's way funnier if you sat here and tore apart a video game that deserved it, or something like that was just trash. Like that deserved it, Where they charged $120 fucking for this thing, but 2 hours after playing it, the rest of the game was completely different than the first 2 hours. That's the shit that you should be making fun of and tearing a new... Like, yeah, you're just getting it wrong, man. So, it's the same thing with politics, where there's plenty of stuff to sit here and discredit Trump for, but all anybody would ever pick is, like, really stupid shit. the stuff that nobody cares about for so long. And so I was only one of the only ones saying like the intelligent stuff. And they're sitting here moving the fucking bitrate around, and it's like, man, you guys are just finding out about this. I've been saying this shit for years, and you're just finding out. Man, he sat here and admitted in an interview he would sell secrets to the enemy. You know, it's literally treason. It's the thing you guys all thought Hillary did. And you hated her so much for it. And she didn't actually do it, by the way. Meanwhile, Trump's admitting that he will. Probably did at this point. Will. Admitting to it. And you're not. That's not. And nobody else is talking. Why am I the only one talking about this? And then one other person, one-off interviewer that talked about this, put it on his YouTube channel. They halted those views. Those views are fucking halted. They don't gain any more views. It's the same fucking stupid bullshit where you see the... It's like, what? So you just start rationalizing, like, and seeing all the brainwashing, manipulation bullshit. Where, you know, people don't understand how anything works. And YouTube loves that. I gotta clean, guys. Should we switch streams or should I just clean? You just want to clean on here? Let's go clean. I gotta like wash towels and stuff. Gotta wash towels and stuff. Gotta wash towels and stuff. Gotta wash towels and stuff. Washing towels. Oh man, you know what? Actually, I already washed a good bit. I just need to put them away. They're sort of sitting here. Forgot about that. Yeah, I actually did wash them. Washed quite a bit. So we'll just go ahead and put these away. We'll put the towels away. We'll put some towels away. We gotta put these towels away. Towels. That's my new song. Towels. What the looking for a spot to put you guys. Let's see, where's a good place to do this? We can do it out here. I think it's where I normally do it. We'll do it out here, guys. We'll do it out here. We'll do it out here. It's too big for this. It's too big. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna fold some towels. I'm gonna fold some towels. Folding towels. Folding towels. Yeah. Towels. 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 Towel, 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 fold, towel, fold, towel, 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 fold. Folding towels. Folding towels. Lots of towels to be folded. Lots of them. Towels. Towels. Ah. Alright, that's enough. Where's my energy drink? Did I leave it up? I think I left my energy drink upstairs, didn't I? I left it up in the room. Up in the room. I left it up in the room. Ah! That's alright. I need to get a hamper. I don't know where my hamper is. It'd be a lot easier instead of walking all the way over there. My fault. I don't know why I was trying to go the other way. I'm going this way. Towels. Towels. Folding towels. Folding towels. Hello. I just saw that. Hello. I'm gonna go get my energy drink here. Yeah, I gotta hang a fly ribbon that doesn't suck. These are the best. I can't find these anywhere. I had to like find these. They're sold out like fucking everywhere. I swear, some people just fucking hoard stuff. It's like so annoying. So I gotta put one of those up there, and that'll be better. Those actually work. They're literally nowhere. I went to so many stores. They're literally just nowhere. And they're supposed to be too. Like that's a pretty regular thing you see. I went to hardware stores. I went to grocery stores. Yeah, like department store, grocery store. I went to so many places they didn't have it. And it looked like almost like there was a place for it, but it was sold out. Kind of interesting. So I think it's funny how stupid police are sometimes with copyright stuff. They think like and I'm not gonna sit here and like diss police in general, but some of them really have been like jackasses to me. So that's where I'm coming from with that. But like some of them are so dumb that they think that just because So you know how like they have to, you know how like they put like black tape over their steering wheel on like the Ford symbol sometimes and stuff like that. This is because it's like a documentary or a TV show, and the network that they go through doesn't want to have any copyright associations with that. That's why. YouTube is different. And so is content creation in general. So that's why I think it's funny that some of them, like, you can clearly tell they have no fun. They think that, like, somebody, like, doing this and stuff. That's why they're fucking around with it, too. Like, some of them seriously think that it's, like, they can get you for, like, no, like, the companies want you to do that. And you're dumb for thinking that a company would put their logo this apparent on something for you not to wear it in public and for people. They don't give a shit. And they don't give a shit how it's getting, like, it literally, it is what it is, you know? So, like, that's the point. Like, you need to rationalize there's a reason why they do that, and they advertise that, and they put it like that. Oftentimes, truthfully, they just want, you know, like, and again, I don't sit here and talk shit on it, or if I do, I'm not sitting there showing you the symbol. But either way, for the most part, that's just generally not how it works with that stuff. And that's what they don't understand, I think, sometimes. Because they deal with that side of it, they don't get why it would be different for, you know, that. But again, that's just somebody with a closed mind thinking that way again. And again, that's where, you know, you rationalize it's not police, it's people. It's just, again, about half the people are like that now, where it's folks not understanding how to, you know, accept the accurate information that they're given. I gotta put this stack away here. I'll be honest with you, I probably would have cut the grass again if it hadn't. I probably would have mowed the grass again today if it hadn't rained, because it's been growing like crazy. So, you know, stuff like this is what I'm doing when I'm not streaming. Literally just all this, you know, normal life stuff I gotta do. As, you know, as I'm sure you guys have all your normal life stuff that you have to do. And for those of you who have house, you know, big property, or you understand, you know, like, you get that, you know, it takes a while, you know, you got a lot of stuff to do. You got a lot that you have to do. It's a lot you have to take care of. So yeah, we'll I'll finish these towels up. There's a couple of things that I gotta do, so we'll bring you guys with me for that. Sorry that we abruptly had to sort of end the stream last night. I wasn't planning on that. We had to sort of kind of end the stream last night. I wasn't planning on that. And I very rarely do that myself. I was not planning on having to do that. But we had to stop the stream last night, unfortunately. Sometimes these things happen beyond my control. And we had to stop that stream, but all right. Interesting. One concurrent cycling others. Cycling low concurrents. You know, anytime we talk about the local police stations and just police in general and stuff like that, we do actually kind of see this as a regular, with the concurrence suddenly going low, and then that's a pretty regular thing. So if anything, that's very telling that, you know, they're showing how guilty they are there. Help me! My blood is boiling! Help me! I gotta bring down the cans. The cans. I have to bring down the cans. Oh, I'm gonna bring down the cans. The cans. Bring down the cans! Bring down the cans! The cans! The cans! The cans! The cans! Bringing them down! The cans. The cans. I think that's it. I think that's the last of the cans. Cans. Bring down the cans. Yeah. Alright, that's all clean. That's, like I said, I want to stay on top of the cleaning up there. Yeah, it was just like some... Because I don't have the recycling receptacle in that room any longer, so I sort of have to just like stack them until I bring them out. Because if I put the recycling receptacle in that room, there'll be flies. I've just learned that. So I can't do that anymore. So I just got to stay on top of it, bring it down like I just did. So that was the trash that was that was out there. It was just the cans that I was, finishing up from a couple of streams that we did recently, and just hadn't taken them out yet. I have a little trash can that sits under my desk, but is a very small one, so it doesn't collect too much trash. And then I have to, that's the point. It's supposed to be small, so I empty it regularly. And then I do have a big trash bag up there, but it's it's really about the smell for me. I'm trying to just get that, get it smelling nice in there and stuff. So it has I don't remember which scent it is, but it's one of those. And then it stays closed. I have it kind of closed, so it's got a lid. So that's up there too, but that doesn't, you know what I mean? That's not. I don't use that regularly. Like I said, the small one just gets emptied. That one's there for when I need it, but I mainly just take the trash out, like I said, and the recycling bin isn't even in there anymore. So let's check things out. Let's go over here. Just wanted to check it. Good. I just wanted to check it, you know what I mean? I think it needs shocked, so if I can do that, but other than that, it's pretty good. Okay. Pretty easy. All right. Wow. Yeah. A little bit of weirdness. Can kind of tell some weird's going on. So yeah, I don't know. Do we? You guys want to take a? Yeah, I don't think we need to really do much else. I mean, I was hoping. I was hoping for like rain, like wind, and like for it to clear up a little bit, but we didn't get that. I was gonna do some like leaf blowing and stuff, but there's really no point when it's this wet and it's still a bit like the sun's not even out really, like it's mucky. Like I could do it, but again, it wouldn't be as successful with all the leaves being wet and stuff. So it's better for me to wait a little bit for that. And I thought I was going to have some towels to do too, but apparently I already did them, so that's why we just kind of folded them. So there's actually just some stuff that I was planning on doing with you guys, but I was already ahead on it. Like I got in my room and I was like, oh, we'll clean this. Like, oh yeah, that's right. I keep this fucking clean as shit now. I mean, I could vacuum. I could do that anytime. I mean, I could stand a vacuum, but that's about it. That's literally, there's nothing that needs cleaned in there now. I took the cans down and that's it. That's literally it. Even the like I said, the like my desk is clean. Like there's nothing I can even think of. Like I'm actually like trying. Yeah, like I said, I can vacuum. That's something I can do. That's definitively something I can do. So we can do that. I can at least do that. So there's something, you know. But like I said, beyond that, I just don't know that there's really much that I can do. There's really not much to do. I've been staying on top of it. I mean, I got a giant cobweb above the window, but I want that there. I like spiders. Oh, no, actually, I can put this out. Empty, 12 pack. Just moving a couple things, make it easy to vacuum here. Yeah. I think it's funny how YouTube acts like we're YouTube sits here and acts like we're actually in a you know what I mean, like there's probably plenty of people coming in here, but like, you know, they're just not counting the views, just at 0. And then a 1 concurrent shifts in to confirm that there is in fact people listening. You know, as I say that, 1 concurrent shifts in, you see that literally just shifts in, confirm that there is in fact people listening. Imagine that. Same one concurrent cycling in and out. 0, 1, 0, 1. Again, YouTube pretending like we're not getting any views, even though, again, they're very clearly live swipe feed, where anybody at any time can come across the stream. It conveniently, nobody is. And again, that's because the bit rate was shifting around at the beginning of the stream by the stalker that's been doing it for years. And again, we have filed a federal lawsuit. YouTube will be liable for every single time that we can sit here and prove that this stalker literally just made it so only he is seeing my streams, and just how harassing and disgusting that is for you. And we will absolutely continue to prove that. It'll be a huge bombshell when the public finds out that this disgusting stalker was doing this all on YouTube to somebody for years, and making it so that nobody else was seeing their streams, and it'll be obvious. And we'll go ahead and show all the pictures that he's taking from females and stuff like that. You know, that's what he's doing. He's mining pictures of women and stuff to store on his hard drive. Personal pictures of people. That's what he's doing. Disgusting stuff, isn't it? Interesting. What a piece of shit platform. YouTube is a piece of fucking garbage that lies about streams and views. Federal lawsuit filed. Federal lawsuit against you, trash tube. Federal harassment, defamation lawsuit against YouTube because they're fucking garbage. Getting harassed for years just for streaming. YouTube is a piece of trash. Harassed for years just for streaming on this trash. YouTube is a piece of garbage. We've got one concurrent, the same one concurrent, cycling in and out. Yeah, we're in a vertical swipe feed. And they're promoting scratch-offs, and they're promoting porn, and they're promoting people that sit there and gamble on stream, and they're promoting scammers that sit there holding up signs telling you to donate, telling you that they won't talk unless you donate, and then they never talk anyway. YouTube's literally promoting thousands of people watching that fucking shit. And there's not even anybody in this stream. They're just not counting anybody that comes into the stream because, again, they want people to be mindless fucking sheep, and they're contributing to it. And I'm going to continue proving it and showing it because that's what they promote. Thousands of people watching that. And here we are in a swipe feed. And they're trying to pretend like there's nobody in here. And we've proven the amount of times that other people have been in the stream, said they've been in the stream, And then it said 0 concurrence for, hours. Even though other people have told us they've been in the stream for those amount of hours. It said 0 concurrence anyway. So again, we have all this evidence of YouTube fucking lying. Literally just sitting here lying for X amount of time about the amount of people in the stream. And we're sitting here proving it firsthand with people that are telling me they've been in the stream. I've been sitting here proving it firsthand with how many times I have personally come in the stream, sat there for fucking 2 hours, and it never counted my view fucking one time. And ever since I've been doing this, what the stalker has been doing has been coming in on my account on a cloned device and watching the stream while I'm live on my cloned device. So that way it counts for my account as if I'm watching it live, even though I'm not. And then I know this because after I finish the stream, there's a red line underneath the fucking stream as if I've watched the entire thing, even though I was streaming the stream the entire time, not watching it. Thus indicating that this scammer was logged in on a cloned device, watching it, because again, it's not in my history. Yet, conveniently, right after the stream, there's evidence that I watched the entire stream, even though I didn't. Fascinating stuff, isn't it? All the stuff I've been saying all along. Fascinating stuff, isn't it? And then fucking garbage, trash piece of shit YouTube sits here and allows it, enables it, and goes, oh, that's fine. Somebody's logged in on your device and cloned, that's fine. We'll let that person harass you. We won't move that person. That's fine. What a trash, garbage platform this is. Kind of reminds me of when YouTube allows pen testers, just certain people that call themselves pen testers. I don't know that I'd call them that. And they just kind of allow them to use the platform as their own, as their own like little personal, harassment platform, where they just sit there and use the platform to spy on people and harass them to learn how to learn new tactics just to learn what pisses people off and stuff like that, So instead of doing it on their own machines and learning how to do it with their own people and their own computers, they actually sit there and harass other streamers and stuff all over the platform. And YouTube just allows it. YouTube just lets these hackers that, again, masquerade as people that are there to help you, just harass people. Just harass everyday people. And they let them use the platform for that. And meanwhile, what they're doing is, again, incredibly illegal. They cannot sit there and listen to you, on your device, like when you're in, again, it would be different if you were talking in a public area, but if you're on your device and you're at home and stuff like that, or you're in your vehicle or something like that, first of all, they can't track your location. That's incredibly illegal. Nobody's allowed to track your location. They're not allowed to do that. Secondly, if they're listening to you from their device, and they're trying to sit there and listen to you, they have to have probable cause for a wiretap. Otherwise, that is a federal offense, federal wire fraud, where they're listening to you through your device. There are so fucking many laws for that. It's not even funny. Thirdly, if you are in your own house, in your own property, yada, 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 and you expect some sort of sense of privacy in a car or whatever, and they're just listening, that is like law upon law. That's like layered. There are so many fucking things that are unconstitutional in general about that, but there's also laws that govern that too. You are in your private space. You have an expectation of privacy. That is privacy law on top of the fact that you're now literally going around probable cause, any reason to actually do that, that you may have been given by an actual authoritative figure, and just going around that and just doing it. So again, layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of just federal laws being broken. And again, I want to remind you of, who does that remind you of? Who does that sound like that would do things like that? What politician, what administration do we know that regularly breaks federal laws and uses police irresponsibly? Gee, I wonder. Gee, I wonder. So again, we just have the same stalker doing all of this, constantly coming back and forth on the stream, taking notes of things and stuff like that, instead of actual traffic. Fascinating stuff. And again, this person would call themselves a good person, but yet they're just like literally spying on people and manipulating their lives and fucking around with you. That's a piece of shit. That person's worth less than a piece of shit. I mean, like, that's less than a piece of, like, that's like the lowest. That's psychological warfare. Like, that's worse, like, that's like, again, attacking somebody, but they don't know, you don't have the balls to attack them head on. You're such a fucking piece of trash. You don't have the balls or the brawn to attack somebody to their face. So you just do it from afar because you're a fucking piece of trash. You're a piece of garbage that literally doesn't have the balls nor the capacity to challenge that person head on. So you just endlessly fuck around with them because you're a fucking piece of shit. That's literally all it is. We'll just continue documenting all this. Again, there's nobody in here. That YouTube is showing that there's nobody in here, even though we know that there should be people in here. We know that. So it's a vertical stream where anybody at any time in the swipe feed can come in at any time. Yet YouTube's just showing that there's nobody in here. Gee, I wonder if somebody's constantly breaking the concurrent counter and lying about the number of views on the stream. Kind of like we see on the browser when they're constantly fucking around with the browser, and the concurrents don't add up. The graph is literally a lie. We'll literally see 16 concurrents, and the graph will say fucking like 5. That many will just be gone because it's a lie. We're going to go ahead and I have to talk to the lawyer here. All right, thanks, guys. We gotta stop there. Time to stop. We gotta stop there.